Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Amish frugal living, a lifestyle that's all about simplicity, mindfulness, and making the most of what you have. I've gathered over 50 timeless Amish-inspired tips that you can start using right now to save money, live more intentionally, and bring a little old-fashioned wisdom into your modern life. Grow your own vegetables and herbs. Nothing says self-sufficiency like growing your own food. The Amish don't rely on pricey grocery stores. Instead, they plant everything from tomatoes to basil right in their backyards. Even if you live in an apartment, a few pots on a balcony can save you hundreds a year. Preserve food by canning, drying, or freezing. When the harvest rolls in, the Amish don't waste a single bite. They have a simple, beautiful rule. If you grow it, preserve it. Canning, drying, and freezing allow them to eat garden-fresh foods all year long, even in the dead of winter. Imagine popping open a jar of bright, juicy peaches in January or tossing handfuls of sun-dried tomatoes into your homemade pasta sauce. Plus, preserving your own food saves you from overpriced, out-of-season produce at the store. Limit vehicle use. While the rest of us rack up gas bills and maintenance costs, the Amish rely on trusty horse-drawn buggies. Now, you probably aren't trading in your car for a horse, but you can rethink how often you drive. Plan your errands all at once, carpool when you can, or even walk or bike for short trips. Every mile you don't drive keeps money in your wallet. Bake bread and other goods at home. The Amish know that flour, water, yeast, and patience are all you really need. Baking your own bread is cheaper, healthier, and honestly, there's nothing better than that smell filling your house. Use wood-burning stoves for heat and cooking. While most people rack up huge heating bills, Amish families rely on wood-burning stoves. They heat their homes and cook their meals, all with wood they often chop themselves. It's simple, sustainable, and surprisingly cozy. Make your own cleaning supplies. Fancy cleaners filled with chemicals? Nope, not necessary. Amish households stick to basics like vinegar, baking soda, and lemon. You can whip up powerful, natural cleaners for pennies. And your home will smell fresh without that fake spring breeze scent. Sew and repair your own clothes. Got a hole in your jeans? Don't toss them, fix them. Amish families pass down sewing skills like precious family heirlooms. Learning a few simple stitches can extend the life of your clothes by years and save you serious cash. Raise chickens for eggs and meat. Raising chickens isn't just a fun backyard project. It's a real game changer for your budget and your plate. The Amish know that a few hens can turn kitchen scraps into a steady supply of fresh, delicious eggs. A healthy hen can lay about 250 to 300 eggs a year. That's a lot of breakfasts without setting foot in a grocery store. Plus, if you're comfortable with it, raising meat chickens can also provide healthy, humanely raised meat for your family. Chickens are low maintenance too. Give them food, water, shelter, and a little love, and they'll happily pay you back with farm-fresh goodness. Bonus, their droppings make amazing compost for your garden. Talk about a perfect natural cycle. Use clotheslines instead of dryers. Why spend money running a noisy machine when the sun and wind will dry your clothes for free? Amish families hang their laundry outside, and honestly, nothing smells better than sun-dried sheets. Barter goods and services with neighbors. Cash isn't the only currency in Amish communities. They often barter, trading eggs for firewood, sewing skills for fresh milk, you name it. Start small. Swap homemade cookies for a neighbor's lawn mowing help. It builds community and saves money. Use hand tools instead of electric ones. Power tools are great, but they cost money to run and maintain. The Amish stick to hand tools, and they still build barns, furniture, even houses without a single electric saw. Plus, using hand tools can be incredibly satisfying, and you'll never have to worry about a dead battery halfway through a project. Reuse jars, containers, and packaging. Step into any Amish kitchen, and you'll see something pretty amazing. Hardly anything goes to waste. Glass jars, sturdy containers, even old tins. They're cleaned up and reused again and again. Why buy fancy storage when your old spaghetti sauce jar can be perfect for holding dried beans or homemade jam? Start saving your containers. It's not just about saving money, it's about reducing waste and getting creative. Quick heads up, if you've ever wanted to grow your own food, live off the grid, or cut utility bills, you've got to check out The Self-Sufficient Backyard. It's a complete step-by-step guide from a couple who's been living totally off the grid for over 40 years, even on a tiny plot of land. On the website, you'll find step-by-step guides on efficient land use for food production, sustainable living practices, and over 100 DIY projects. Head to the link in the description and see for yourself. All right, back to the good stuff. Limit store-bought convenience foods. The Amish don't fill their pantries with frozen dinners and microwave meals. Why? Because convenience foods are expensive and loaded with stuff you don't want to eat anyway. Instead, they focus on fresh, whole ingredients and simple, hearty meals. Cutting back on prepackaged foods can slash your grocery bill and give you way more control over what you're putting on your plate. Share large equipment within the community. Why buy a pricey piece of equipment you'll only use a few times a year? The Amish are all about sharing, from tractors to tools to canning supplies. In their world, it's normal to borrow what you need and lend what you have. Talk to your neighbors, family, or friends. Pooling resources builds stronger bonds and saves everyone a ton of money. Keep livestock for milk, meat, and wool. A few animals can make a huge difference in a family's food supply. The Amish often raise cows, goats, and sheep, getting fresh milk, meat, and wool right from their own backyards. Even a few backyard goats or chickens can transform the way you eat and live. Plus, caring for animals teaches responsibility, patience, and a deeper connection to your food. Cook from scratch, using basic ingredients. The Amish don't need fancy ingredients or complicated recipes to whip up incredible meals. Flour, eggs, milk, butter, that's the backbone of dozens of delicious dishes. Cooking from scratch might take a little more time, but the payoff? You'll eat healthier, tastier meals for a fraction of the cost, and probably impress a few dinner guests along the way. Build furniture and buildings yourself. Why buy when you can build? Amish craftsmanship is famous for a reason. They learn to make what they need with their own two hands. You don't have to be a master carpenter to get started. A simple DIY shelf, a repaired chair, or even a handmade chicken coop can save money, teach valuable skills, and leave you with something you can truly be proud of. Compost food scraps and garden waste. In an Amish garden, nothing goes to waste. Food scraps, peels, coffee grounds, and garden trimmings all go into a compost pile, turning into rich, fertile soil that helps next year's crops grow even stronger. It's free fertilizer, it cuts down on trash, and it's nature's way of recycling. Even a small compost bin in your backyard can make a big difference. Use root cellars for food storage. Before refrigerators, there were root cellars, and the Amish still swear by them. A cool, dark cellar keeps produce like potatoes, carrots, onions, and apples fresh for months without any electricity. If you don't have a full root cellar, even a cool basement corner can help you store more food longer and cut down on waste and grocery runs. Make homemade remedies for common ailments. Got a headache or a scratchy throat? Amish families often reach for homemade remedies passed down through generations. Simple salves made from beeswax and herbs, calming teas from mint and chamomile. Nature's medicine cabinet is full of healing gifts. Learning a few basic remedies can save you countless trips to the pharmacy and keep you feeling connected to the natural world. Buy in bulk to save money. One of the oldest Amish tricks? Buy in bulk, save a bundle. Flour, sugar, oats, beans. When you buy larger quantities, you get a much better price per pound. But here's the Amish twist. Only buy what you'll actually use. They plan carefully to avoid waste and spoilage, and they often split big purchases with family or neighbors. Smart bulk buying is like putting money back in your pocket every month. Use fabric scraps for quilting. What happens to worn-out clothes and leftover fabric in an Amish home? They don't get tossed. They get transformed. Quilting turns tiny scraps into beautiful practical works of art. Even beginners can start with small patchwork projects, and before you know it, you'll have cozy, meaningful quilts to keep or give as heartfelt gifts. Prioritize needs over wants. The Amish lifestyle is a masterclass in focusing on what truly matters. They prioritize needs, shelter, food, community, over flashy wants. Next time you're tempted by the latest gadget or trendy outfit, ask yourself, do I need this? Living simply doesn't mean living less, it means living more intentionally. Live without electricity or use solar power. While many Amish live without electricity altogether, others have embraced small, self-sufficient systems like solar power. No huge energy bills, no constant hum of electronics, just enough power for basic needs. Use rainwater collection for gardens. Setting up a simple rain barrel system can provide free water for your garden, flowers, or even cleaning tasks. It's eco-friendly, budget-friendly, and a great backup during dry spells. Plus, plants love natural rainwater. It's like giving them a gourmet drink. Teach children practical life skills early. In Amish families, kids aren't just kids. They're capable, contributing members of the household. From a young age, they learn how to cook, sew, build, and care for animals. Teaching practical life skills early builds confidence, responsibility, and a lifelong work ethic. Gifts that no video game or app could ever replace. Avoid processed and packaged goods. If it comes in a crinkly plastic package, the Amish probably don't eat much of it. They stick to whole foods, things their grandparents would recognize. Less processing means more nutrition, better taste, and serious savings. A kitchen filled with real ingredients is a kitchen filled with real health. Grow and grind your own grain. It doesn't get more back to basics than growing your own grain and grinding it into fresh flour. The Amish often raise wheat, corn, and oats right on their land, milling them by hand or with small machines. Freshly ground flour isn't just healthier, it smells and tastes incredible. Even if you don't have room for a full wheat field, buying whole grains and grinding them yourself is a powerful and delicious step toward true self-sufficiency. Use natural insulation like straw or wool. When it comes to staying warm, the Amish trust nature. Straw, wool, and even old quilts are used to insulate homes and barns. These natural materials trap heat beautifully, cost little or nothing, and are completely renewable. Buy secondhand when possible. The Amish often buy secondhand clothes, tools, and furniture, saving big while avoiding unnecessary waste. Plus, older items are often built better and last longer than their modern counterparts. Next time you need something, check a thrift store, flea market, or garage sale first. Make your own soap and candles. Imagine your home filled with the rich smell of handmade soap and the cozy glow of homemade candles. The Amish have perfected the art of DIY soaps and candles using simple, natural ingredients. These homemade goods cost just a fraction of store-bought ones, and you can customize scents and styles to your heart's content. Keep a frugal mindset and value simplicity. Living frugally isn't about deprivation. It's about making intentional choices. The Amish find joy in simplicity. Fewer distractions, less stress, and more meaning. It's not just about saving money, it's about building a life that truly feels rich in every sense of the word. Keep that mindset, and everything else falls into place. Plan meals to avoid food waste. Every scrap counts in an Amish kitchen. They plan meals carefully, making sure leftovers get used and nothing goes to waste. That extra chicken becomes tomorrow's soup. Leftover veggies find their way into a hearty stew. Meal planning not only stretches your grocery budget, but also cuts down on last-minute, expensive food runs. Save seeds from crops for future planting. Seed saving is a beautiful cycle and a brilliant frugal hack. Instead of buying new seeds every year, Amish gardeners collect seeds from the best fruits and veggies they grow. This keeps their garden strong, saves money, and preserves the best flavors and traits season after season. It's like passing down a little bit of summer to the next generation. Use cold frames or greenhouses to extend growing seasons. Why let winter stop your garden? Amish farmers use cold frames and greenhouses to grow fresh produce long after the frost hits. A simple DIY cold frame, basically a mini greenhouse made from old windows and scrap wood, can help you harvest spinach, lettuce, and herbs even in chilly months. Make your own butter and cheese. Few things feel as satisfying as turning simple cream into golden butter or fresh milk into homemade cheese. The Amish have turned these old-school skills into everyday magic. With a little practice, you can too, and you'll save a ton compared to pricey gourmet products at the store. Use washable cloths instead of paper towels. Why throw money and trees away on paper towels? The Amish stick to washable cloths for everything: cleaning, drying, wiping spills. A basket of clean rags under the sink is all you need to ditch disposable products for good. Build and repair your own fences and outbuildings. Around Amish farms, DIY isn't a hobby, it's a way of life. Instead of calling a contractor for every repair, they roll up their sleeves and get it done themselves. Whether it's patching a fence or putting up a new chicken coop, learning basic carpentry can save you thousands over time. Plus, there's nothing quite like the pride of building something with your own two hands. Forage for wild herbs, berries, and mushrooms. Nature offers a free grocery store. You just have to know where to look. The Amish often forage for wild herbs, berries, mushrooms, and more, supplementing their meals with what's naturally abundant. Learning even a few local edible plants can save money and bring some incredible, fresh flavors to your table. Just remember, always forage safely and responsibly. Keep bees for honey and beeswax. Bees are tiny but mighty helpers on an Amish homestead. They provide fresh, natural honey, a healthier homemade sweetener, plus beeswax for candles, soaps, and salves. A couple of well-tended hives can yield gallons of honey each year, making it a sweet investment for any frugal household. Collect and repurpose scrap wood. One person's trash wood is another's treasure. The Amish are masters at reusing scrap lumber for projects big and small, from furniture to fencing to firewood. Before you toss that broken chair or old pallet, think about how you could breathe new life into it. With a little creativity, scrap wood becomes pure gold. Use cast iron cookware for durability. Forget flimsy nonstick pans. Cast iron is where it's at. Amish kitchens are packed with heavy-duty cast iron that can last generations if cared for properly. They cook evenly, hold heat beautifully, and only get better with age. Invest in one good skillet, and you may never need another. Store food in reusable containers. Why waste money and create waste with disposable containers? The Amish store everything in reusable jars, tins, and crocks. These timeless solutions keep food fresh, cut down on plastic use, and look downright charming in your pantry. Hand-down clothing and household items. The Amish treat every item with respect, and that means passing things down. Clothes, quilts, tools, furniture, nothing goes to waste. Hand-me-downs aren't just thrifty, they're often rich with memories and meaning. Grow medicinal plants in the garden. Why run to the pharmacy for every little thing? The Amish grow natural remedies right in their gardens. Plants like echinacea, peppermint, and calendula. A simple herbal tea or salve can handle many everyday ailments, saving money and avoiding harsh chemicals. Plus, growing your own medicine deepens your connection to the natural world. Make your own curtains, linens, and rugs. When you can't find exactly what you need, you make it yourself. The Amish sew their own curtains, linens, and even rugs from leftover fabric and scrap materials. Not only does this save tons of money, but it also fills a home with cozy personal touches you just can't buy in stores. Participate in community work bees for large tasks. When the job's too big for one person, the Amish don't hire out. They come together. Community work bees are all about teamwork, neighborliness, and shared effort, whether it's raising a barn, harvesting a field, or canning hundreds of jars of food. It's proof that with helping hands, even the biggest jobs become light and fun.